Right hand to the body by Paul. Back comes Tommy Fury. Left hook.
Paul, the social media influencer turned fighter, had never faced a full-time boxer until Sunday's bout with Tommy Fury.
Right hand to the body by Paul. Back comes Tommy Fury. Left hook. Fury opening up toward.
He had also never taken a loss. Moments into his cruiserweight bout, which headlined a heavily hyped pay-per-view card in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, on Sunday, Jake Paul connected on Tommy Fury with the kind of right hand that usually makes highlight reels. In October, a similar shot dropped the retired mixed martial arts star Anderson Silva in the final round of his showdown with Paul, who gained fame through YouTube videos before turning to pro boxing. And in December 2021, Paul landed an overhand right against Tyron Woodley, another aging MMA standout, knocking him unconscious. But Fury, a 23-year-old pro boxer from Manchester, England, barely flinched. Instead, he closed out the first round with a series of sharp jabs, followed by a straight right and a left hook just before the bell.
Both men seem
what happened, and don't let it happen again.
We are nearing the end. Overhand right. That was blocked. A left hook.
The bout was sold on the premise that it would settle the question of whether Paul, 26, a social media influencer with high-profile wins against a retired basketball player and MMA fighters, could defeat a legitimate boxer. Those opening sequences provided an early clue. Paul entered Sunday's contest with a lopsided social media advantage, 22.7 million Instagram followers to Fury's 4.7 million. But Fury, the half-brother of Tyson Fury, the World Boxing Council heavyweight champion, had better boxing skills.
Instead of looking for that home run shot,
Jab that Jake is throwing, he's got clean.
He deployed a more extended, sharper jab, landed the more authoritative power punches, and used superior timing to achieve a split decision win. Two judges scored the bout 76-73 for Tommy Fury, while a third favored Paul by 75-74. Tonight, I made my own legacy, Fury said in the ring immediately after the fight. I had the world on me. I had pressure on my shoulders, and I came through. Fury improved his record to 9-0, while Paul absorbed his first professional loss. This is definitely a humbling experience, said Paul, now 6-1 with 4 knockouts. I'll take it on the chin. That an 8-round fight between fighters who entered with a combined 14 professional fights headlined a pay-per-view event that retailed for $49.99 highlights the power of Paul's self-promotion and the development of his boxing franchise.
That's the experience right here from Tommy.
You know what, as I'm looking at him, the number one thing I'm looking at.
Since the late 2010s, Paul has trained full-time as a boxer, with each win over a widely known part-timer generating buzz, along with the perception, stoked intentionally by Paul himself, that he could compete with world-class practitioners. He has called out the retired welterweight champion Floyd Mayweather, who pummeled Paul's brother, Logan, in a 2021 exhibition. Paul has also suggested that he could defeat the super middleweight champion Saul Alvarez by 2024. Editor's picks. What's inside Earth's inner core? Seismic waves reveal an innermost core. In the wild tale of Cocaine Bear, an apex predator is the true star. High-profile art couple offers worst job ever.
And that's what we now.
from Jake Paul, not Tommy Fury.
3 years after his first pro bout, Paul had headlined 4 pay-per-view events, but he still had yet to face a full-time boxer. Enter Fury, the youngest, most chiseled, and most social media savvy member of a boxing family. But whereas Tyson, 34, has been a heavyweight champion since 2015, Tommy is best known for his role on the reality television show Love Island. His 2 previous scheduled meetings with Paul had fallen through, most recently because Fury was denied a visa to travel to the United States because of his family association with Daniel Kinahan, the reputed head of an Irish drug cartel who is wanted by U.S. authorities. But Fury was free to travel to Saudi Arabia, where the country's sports ministry, backed by its sovereign wealth fund, has bankrolled a long list of pro sports events and has lured significant boxing matches with extravagant purse guarantees. Saudi backers put up $77 million to bring an August rematch between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk to the Jeddah Superdome.
No offense, the wrong ref for this fight. Right. If it's really in the way, I wouldn't say this ref is trying to be a super.
Sunday's bout took place in a temporary outdoor arena, with boxing figures like Mike Tyson, Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder ringside. The soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo, who joined a Saudi club team after last year's World Cup, also attended. The WBC created a ceremonial title for the occasion, the Diriyah Champion Belt. And Devin Haney, the world lightweight champion in 4 sanctioning bodies, told the bout's broadcast crew that he hoped his next fight would be held in Saudi Arabia.
Close fight between these two continues to pursue Tommy.
Paul seemed to came out with a little bit more energy this round. I think
Paul and Fury entered the ring with a level of hype and pageantry befitting the Super Bowl, but the skill level on display was akin to an XFL game, professional but not elite. This was high-level boxing. For this level, Sean Porter, the former world welterweight champion who worked the fight as a broadcast analyst, said after the final bell. Paul landed an occasional counter left hooks and lead right hands, but never adjusted to Fury's long, steady left jab. Fury landed straight rights and uppercuts, but couldn't prevent Paul from wrapping him up in clinches. Whereas top-tier boxers might have adjusted to those tactics, Fury and Paul kept repeating them, clinching so much that the referee deducted a point from each fighter for excessive holding.
Some really good rounds.
Paul scored the bout's only knockdown. A jab in the 8th round made an off-balance Fury touch the canvas with his gloves, but Fury racked up a lopsided statistical advantage. He landed 88 of his 302 punches, compared with 49 of 157 by Paul. This, to me, was a world title fight, Fury said. Paul's first professional loss came in the first bout that strayed from the formula that had brought him boxing fame. After defeating several non-boxers in their late 30s and mid-40s, Paul finally faced a younger opponent whose main sport was boxing. Those circumstances could complicate Paul's countermoves.
Just lay it all in the ring, and they both did what they had to do. Let's have a look here.
His appeal, after all, has rested on curiosity about what would happen when he faced a real boxer. Sunday provided some answers. Paul's most recent highly viewed social media clip involved him on HBO's Game Theory, snapping at the show's host, Bomani Jones, who had asked Paul how he would react if he lost to Fury. But Paul already knew. His contract with Fury contained a rematch clause, and after the bout, Paul said he intended to exercise it. "We did big business," Paul said at the post-fight news conference. "For that reason, the rematch is gonna be even bigger."